करेमि भन्ते सामान्यं सावज्रं जोगं पच्चक्खामि जावनियमं मुहूर्तम् एकं पज्जुवासामि दुविधं त्रिविहीनं न करेमि न कावेमि मनसा वयसा कायसा तस्य भन्ते परिक्रमामि निन्दामि गरिहामि आप्पाणु ओसिरामि 48 मिनट यानी 48 मिनट्स तक सावधि व्यापार करने का त्याग मीन्स नो सिंपल एक्टिविटीज फॉर 48 मिनट्स। ओम ह्रीं नमो अरहन्ताणं ओम ह्रीं नमो सिद्धाणं ओम ह्रीं नमो आयर्याणं ओम ह्रीं नमो उवर्जायाणं ओम ह्रीं नमो सर्वसाहुणं ओम ह्रीं नमो अरहन्ताणं ओम ह्रीं नमो सिद्धाणं ओम ह्रीं नमो आयर्याणं ओम ह्रीं नमो उवर्जायाणं ओम ह्रीं नमो लोरे सर्वसाहुणं ओम ह्रीं नमो अरहन्ताणं ओम ह्रीं नमो सिद्धाणं ओम ह्रीं नमो आयर्याणं ओम ह्रीं नमो उवर्जायाणं ओम ह्रीं नमो लोरे सर्वसाहुणं ईशो पञ्चनमोङ्कारो सर्वपावपणासनो मङ्गलाणं च सर्वेश्वरीं परमं हवै मङ्गलं परमं हवै मङ्गलम्। I express my reverence to Bhagwan Mahavir and Acharya Shri Tulsi. So we are going on to the journey of Adhyatma Padavali, and in Adhyatma Padavali we had explored Ashra, Samvara and Nirja, these three terms. I'll go back to the shlok which Acharya Shri had initially mentioned. मैं है भेद पर जब जाता है ध्यान, you all can repeat. मैं है भेद पर जब जाता है ध्यान, संभव बनती है तभी आत्मा की पहचान, संभव बनती है तभी आत्मा की पहचान। So Acharya, in the initial paragraphs, he mentioned about this, that the moment we have a realization of the difference between the physical existence of the body or the human existence and the soul existence of the soul, you realize yourself. And after all the different journeys which we went through, the karma, the adhyavasai, the leshya and ashra, samvara and nirjra, is coming back to the same point. What is that? Now he changes the term a little bit, but he is coming back to this, and it is called Gyata Drashta Bhav. Gyata Drashta means observer state. Now it's very important. If you have a question as what is the essence of spirituality, there's a person who came to a monk. He said, see, you give so many lectures, which is very nice, very interesting, I enjoy them, but when I go home, I go with nothing. जो यहाँ सुना वो यही रह जाता है, साथ में कुछ नहीं जाता है. Give me the essence of it. How do I know myself? The moment, because give me like the capsule thing. We all need what? Tablet format, right? vitamin nahi hai, just eat one tablet and there is there. If you're hungry, eat one tablet and you get rid of hunger. So I need the tablet, I don't need the whole long lectures or the whole long journey. So the monk said, okay, fine, do one thing, I'm very thirsty and I've been talking for long lectures, if you can get me a glass of milk. He said, well, the monk is very funny. He does so much of fasting and everything, and now he's also, he needs a glass of milk before he answers my question. But he needed the answer, right? So he got a glass of milk for him. He said, okay. The monk started looking at the glass of milk. The person is waiting for the answer, and here is keeping the glass of milk in front of him and observing it. The person gets kind of, he has that anxiety, he cannot take it long. He said, what is going on? Why don't you drink the milk and answer my question? He said, wait, I'm waiting for the ghee, the butter to come up. He said, such a foolish thing, right? Just by observing will the butter come out? What do you need to do? What is the process? Warm it up, make it into yogurt, then do the churning process, and then it is such a simple thing, even a child would know, and you don't even have a knowledge of how the butter comes up, and you will answer my question about soul and liberation. Forget it. He thinks nothing's going to come out from this man. There the monk says, as to realize this journey of spirituality and to reach the highest state of spirituality, what do you need? The need is the milk is to be warmed. The yogurt is to be formed. The churning has to happen. And what is most important in all this is, if the milk is not ready to be boiled, sometimes the milk gets spoiled, then will it happen? No. If the milk reacts to the process of boiling, butter will not come about. If the yogurt is not, because if there are different temperatures, yogurt doesn't happen, right? The curd doesn't form. You have to keep it in environment to make that happen. If that is not given, and if the milk is not ready to form the yogurt, it's not going to. If there is any reaction of this milk product in the process, it gets spoiled. And what is the essence of it? The milk had the patience with neutrality to go through that process. So do you have the patience to go through that process with neutrality? What is the process? What life gives us? Anything what comes in life is a process to liberate. As simple as this. Even if the temperature goes down, it can help you liberate. And if the temperature goes up, it can help you to liberate. Why? It is a process, and in that process, can I stay neutral? That is the essence of spirituality. And that is Gyata Drishtha. So Acharya brings up, he says, it's a very beautiful shlok. He says, Agyani jan bhogata ghatna ko din raat, Gyani keval janata ghatna ko sakshat. So there is two possibilities. Either you suffer the situation or you know the situation. Bhogna means to suffer. Janana means to know. So the question is, am I suffering through the situation or just knowing the situation? Whose choice it is? Our choice. And this is the essence of it. That when anything happens, when any episode happens, I know that this has happened. But do I know with just knowing, or do I know with some emotion? Do I know with that heaviness of attachment and aversion? Do I know it with the glasses of attachment and aversion? Or I know it with neutrality? Why do we suffer? Because we are wearing the glasses of mindness or otherness. How did he say me this? People have to suffer different kinds of things, right? Someone told us something, we didn't like it. And how long we keep it? For many, many days or years at times. Why? We are holding on to it. We are attached to it. The bigger problem of our life is we do not want to let go misery. We love stress. You agree with that? If there is a child, right, in your family, and he doesn't or she doesn't take the stress of exam, the problem is not that whether the person is studying or not. He should have that stress of exam, and if that person doesn't have the stress of exam, you will have the stress of exam, that why isn't he having or she having not the stress of exam. We think that carrying the stress, the person will do much more better, will have better goal or better passion or more energy to do it. Yes, that is true at times, that if the person has little bit of stress or anxiety, the person gives a push to himself or herself and performs better. But ultimately, it is not that stress level which makes the person go. It is the person's own will to perform better which makes the whole thing right. So here, when a situation is happening, am I just observing it or am I suffering through it? There is in Agam there is a phrase, it's called Janai Pasai. We did Preksha meditation. What is word Preksha mean? Peha? To see deeply, to see profoundly. Why do we need to have that word profoundly there or deeply there? I'm seeing this, right? This is a watch. Now if I am seeing this watch, it's all simple a watch for me, and it's going to help me see the time, and it's going to be with me for 2 hours, for example, right? But for example, Jayesh bhai, after 2 hours, if he forgets the watch here, he's going to call back quickly and say, oh, I forgot my watch there. Why? We both are observing the same object, but with a difference. For me, it is just an object, nothing mine in it, but for him, everything is in it, right? And he might also you might get into trouble for forgetting it. That's another problem, right? Meena Bain is sitting with So the problem is that in our life, we go through the suffering because what we think, we have our own viewpoints, and we also suffer because what others think about us, right? That person thinks about me like this. The person really thinks about you like that or no? Actually, we don't know. But you think that she is thinking I am like this. Whose creation is this? We create our own world of problem. We think the person doesn't give me respect. The person might have respect in their mind. They might not express it. But for us, we want that expression in our own language, not in their way. And so we create trouble for us. Every moment of our life, there is food in front of us, right? And there is no salt in it. There's one person, he doesn't complain, the person eats without any notifying and just leaves quietly. There's a second person, oh, you forgot salt. Such a big mess, right? The temperature goes, नमक नहीं है तो temperature down होना चाहिए कि ऊपर जाना चाहिए? Actually, if you don't eat salt, the blood pressure actually goes down. But if a person likes salt so much, the blood pressure goes high. What is the problem? You're not observing the situation, you're suffering through the situation. It is very important, don't suffer. Bhagwan Mahavir was standing in meditation. The snake comes and bites. For him it is fine. There is Sangam Day. He is giving torturous situation to Bhagwan. For whole night he goes through that tough time of Sangam Day. Now when Sangam is testing Bhagwan Mahavir with different kinds of things, Bhagwan is being thrown up in the sky, there is ants moving on his body, there is rats running around, there is snake, elephant coming and throwing him. All these things, can you imagine a person can stay or survive through the situation? Impossible. Can it be possible if someone throws someone in the sky and nothing is happening? But according to what we listen, nothing happened to Bhagwan. The whole problem is he didn't suffer through the situation. So there is really no misery. there is a difference between pain and misery. दर्द है, दुख है. There might be pain, but they need not be misery. We saw a person who had cancer. In the last stage he was, and even to turn him a little bit of his body, because its stomach had become like more than 2 or 3 like pots, big pots. It had become so bulgy and he was not able to move around. Even to move a little bit, he had to take the help of 5 people. It was that tough situation for him. But yet, if someone would ask him how he was doing, nothing. He was fine. He was been practicing meditation for a while, like for a couple of years. And in that time, because of meditation practice, he was able to go through that pain without suffering through it. We think Bhagwan Mahavir's story might be created by someone, but this is not created story. This is a real fact which we have seen. How did this come about? The power of meditation. There should be some tool. It could be meditation, it could be mantra. There was another Santhara actually, Patipura Pragyaji's aunt she was, and she was in her 98 or 99 years. Imagine. And she had 14 days Santhara. On the 4th day Chaviha. So without water she was. We would chant mantras for her. It would be late night or midnight or whatever time we have recited mantras for her. She was completely okay. It wasn't that her body was supporting. Before that, her body was in real terrible condition. That's the reason why she took Santhara. But she would not utter ah or oo. And we would think, how could she stay so neutral without any problem? The ability to stay neutral is a great gift that comes, but you'll have to practice it. The practice could be through, like for example, if there is a situation which I don't like, the moment I don't like something, I should use some tool or technique to help my mind neutral. It could be some simple as Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. I repeat this mantra, the mind gets calm. It could be Om mantra, it could be any Namo Arhantanam, or hold your breath. It's a very powerful thing. Anytime your mind is going crazy, you're not able to make decisions, something is going wrong, hold your breath, things will calm down. Observe your breath, things will calm down. There is another phrase in Acharang, it says Khanam Janai Pandiye. Khanam means Kshan, which means moment. So observe the moment. The moment we have the power to observe just this moment, it is accomplished spirituality. Why? When I see a cake, then there's all different things which comes into the mind. The cake is vegan cake, or this cake is sweet cake, or should I eat it or not eat it? Right? Why am I having all these notions? Because I carry the baggage of my past moments. In the past few days, I had the same kind of cake which I ate and I liked it, so I like it even today. The taste of the past is still in my mind. So what am I carrying? The past baggage. If I can drop that past, then for me the cake is just a round piece lying there. Of course, I'm hungry, I'll eat it. That's a natural process. Any food you eat cake or chapati, it doesn't matter. So the problem is we carry the past imprints with everything which we observe. The Gyata Drishta Bhav, Janai Pasai. To know is of course going to be there, but can I know with Drashta Bhav, with neutrality, without the baggage of the past? If the person is good, why? Because in the past the person helped you. The person is bad because in the past the person did not help you. But is the person the same person now? The person is changed. Their lives have changed, their thinking have changed, so much has gone through. But for you, you still carry that image in your mind. Where is the problem? Past baggage. It is very important. I mean, like when we talk about even Nirjara, right? Release, clean it up. What is it? Let go the past baggage. So whether we call detachment, Whether we call past baggage release, whether we call it forgiveness, there are different words trying to say the same thing. Let go the atitam vyatitam, come to the current time. It is crucial to help ourselves grow because we need to come to this moment. We have a very simple phrase, right? The present is the only gift you had. Past will never come back, future is never going to come to you. It's always going to be today. So if today is the only gift, the ability to live in the today is spirituality. The ability to live in the today is neutrality. The ability to live in the now is Jnata Vastava. And then Acharya comes up with a good example. There is a story which he mentions here. पार्थिव होना था जिसे बना प्रमादी दीन जाग रूप बनकर अपर सिंहासन आसीन. So the story is about two brothers. There is a prediction by an astrologer about the two brothers. So one of them, he mentions that you're going to be a king soon, and for the other one, he says that you might be getting punishment, death punishment. It's a story which I see that most of you know, right? So though these two people get to know that what is going to happen in the future, does the future come about in that shape? No. So here, why the two things change? I mean, how does the life change in the two? The first one who got to know that yes, I'm going to be the king, he goes for a lavish life, enjoys, gambles, does everything what he shouldn't be doing, and ends up into, he had this stock of so much of punya, which he could become a king. But all that accomplished punya is been wasted off, and he ends up into nothing. He gets a bag of kind of currency, and that is how he dilutes it. On the other hand, the person who was about to get death punishment, he leads a life with neutrality, with patience. He's very cautious of everything he does, spends more time in spirituality. All that papa which he was going to be suffering in the later time, he gets rid of it by his spiritual act, and he ends up into becoming the king. The life changes drastically here. So you see here, there is a baggage of misery and there is a baggage of punya. But we overdo with each of them and then we get exhausted. So the misery was supposed to be very less, right? But it was very simple thing, like I'm hungry, right? And when you reach home, you feel you had expected the food should be ready. And probably the food took 15 minutes or half an hour late by the time it got ready. Just that short time, and the simple thing was hunger. A little bit of patience was needed, that's it. But what happened? We got hyper, we had some punya baggage, you were getting something good out of it, but you kind of wasted that on this being angry. There is many times, there is a concept of sankraman in Jainism. Sankraman means the punya can be converted into papa and papa could be converted into punya. There is a possibility where a person is going to have some hardship, but because of penance, he changes that into good. So the bad karma can change into good karma and good karma can change into bad karma. Such a biggest thing, right? If this can happen, right? If there is a law which comes that every iron piece you can exchange it with gold, what would be the status of everyone here? They'll be standing in the line there, right? No, probably not people from here, but the probability is there'll be many running for it. This is the same thing in spirituality. We can exchange good for bad and bad for good. The whole effort is spirituality. The neutrality which we have can make a big difference in the status of our karma, what we are going through. You can mitigate it. The problem which had to have an impact for 20 years, it got diluted and it became just existed only for 1 year. A problem which had to survive only for 1 year, we made it so, what we call the Rai ka pahad banana, making a mountain of a mole, right? We could exaggerate it and intensify it, we could dilute it and mitigate it. So it is all in our hands. It's very important that as we are living a life, you have passed on your 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of your life. At this point, what is the status? Our body has changed, we have grown old, we have become mature. But the maturity which we have in the spiritual world, how much has that come about? Have we detached, or we are holding on to the same world as we were doing it in our 20s? It's not possible, right? You cannot run, dance and do things the way you had done it at the age of 20. The body will not support you. But has your mind taken up the journey of maturation? Has the mind prepared to detach, let go? People might not change around you. If we expect the other person to change and then I will change, it might not happen. You need not be the second person to change. You can be the first person to change, right? Do you want to go first or second?
First.
You want to go first, then why not be the first person, right? And it is not in the external world. This is another important thing. In the external world, बाहर की दुनिया में जो दिखता है वो अंदर की दुनिया में वो जरूरी नहीं है. In the external world, a person might live a very lavish life, but internally is very detached. King Bharat, right? King Bharat was an emperor of 6 big Khandaka Rajya, 6 big lands. He lived in a glass palace. He had his army, he had his own governance going. Yet, for him to attain Keval Gyan, it just took a finger ring, which he was thinking whether the finger ring is the beauty of my body or the body is itself beautiful, right? When he forgot to wear a finger ring, he started thinking there is something missing. And then he realized he had not wore the finger ring. When he put the ring, he started thinking, what is more beautiful? Is the ring making me beautiful? Ring is not me, right? So is something else making me beautiful, or am I beautiful myself? The simple question changed his mind. He attained Keval Gyan. How far was Keval Gyan? How far is the temple from your house? It's not far. It's within us. It is so crucial that we have to realize ultimately the world is within us. How you deal with it, how you work with it. Are you able to let it go? Can you live with detachment in anything around you? The detachment, at some point when in early ages, if your child doesn't do what you said, if the child doesn't come and greet you on special occasions, you would think, oh, they haven't come, they haven't shown up. But now, it's okay. They are living their life, you're living your life. There is a detachment which has come. With age, with time, with your understanding, detachment comes. But again, it also depends on you. Some might not detach. Some still worry, still carry the concern, still carry the baggage. So are you bhokta or gyata? Are you the observer or the sufferer? If you suffer, it is not because of your family or kids or parents. It's because of our own tendency to choose suffering. There might be a situation which is not pleasant around you. There might be people who is not right around you. But again, suffering or non-suffering is our choice. We have to learn to let go. We have to learn to be happy without anything around us, because we are a blissful soul. The nature of the soul is to be happy, joyful, blissful, no complaints, nothing. So it is our natural tendency. You have the power. It is infinite power. It is not like small chocolate candy making our tongue sweet. It's not that powerful. It is intensely powerful to be happy without anything around. But we have to be passionate that I'm going to go for it. The awareness should come. And there Achashi further says, Jagarukta se pravar hota, जागरूकता से प्रवर होता रुचि निर्माण, रुचि ही कार्य कलाप को करती है सप्राण. simple term he uses, awareness. The key to transformation, the key to change your life is awareness. The awareness of what you want to come about and the awareness of where you are. If a child knows that I've graduated, I've done my 10th grade and now I have to do my medical, he knows or she knows that there is this many years for my journey. The moment you know where do you stand, where do you want to reach? Because if you know the goal, right, but you don't know where you are, will you know the destination? When you left home, you know that there is a route between your house and the temple, right? The navigator should know from where location you leave and the location you want to reach. If either of them is missing, the journey cannot be possible. If I know that I am standing here, but I don't know where I need to go, then it will go nowhere. I know where to go, but I don't know where I am in the lost jungle. Then, which direction should I take? Should I move right or left or front or back? I don't know. So we need to have an awareness, what is my status now? Am I holding on to emotion because of ego, anger, greed? What is the problem in me which I have to let it go? If I know my status within me, that this is the thing which I have to let go, or this is the one which I have to practice, as simple as thing, don't even think about negative components. Simple thing, the moment you have an awareness that this is the practice I'm going to do. Any moment I have any negativity or stressful thought, I'm going to hold my breath. Simple thing, awareness of this simple package, and you practice and practice, you grow further. So that awareness, jagrukta se pravar hota ruchi nirman. The moment you're aware, you get more interest in it. Achashi is trying to say that the interest grows once you have an awareness. And once the interest is grown, then your journey becomes more with sapran. Sapran means with vital energy, with being forceful. When we are going through this journey now, is it forceful? We say Naukar mantra for 10 minutes, and between those 10 minutes, 3 times I see the watch. How much time has happened? What's happening? The energy is not that vital. I'm getting distracted about time, about other commitments, about cell phone. I don't make a claim that everything is going to happen instantly. Nothing is miracle, right? Bharat got liberation within Keval Gyan within seconds. That is possible. But then, before reaching to that state, what was his journey before that? If you look into the history, Bharat, Bahubali, Rishabh Bhagwan, they were all relatives even in their previous lives. They had undertaken penance in their previous lives. So there is a journey, there is nothing miraculous blessing coming up in anyone's life. It is a journey which everyone chooses and takes. So here, when there is an awareness about our status and there is an awareness brings in our interest, oh, okay, this is the case, I need to do it. The moment you have that passion for doing it, the more you do it, the more you have interest in it. The more your journey becomes more powerful. The journey has to be forceful. It cannot be just lethargic. How much of time do we invest in thinking how I improve my business or job or my status in my professional life? Do we invest that much of time for the spiritual purpose? Do we think if I invest that many hours for my family, for my social status, for my social interaction, how much time do I invest for my inner growth, inner peace, अंदर की शांति के लिए कितना time लगाते हैं? It needs to start. Again, nothing is like instant. For many people, it might not come out instantaneously. It is small step journey. But chadna to hoga. Shikharji is very far high up, right? But if you don't start somewhere, when will you reach? So don't worry the distance is long or short. That you might, as you travel, you might find shortcuts, isn't it? Initially, you might think it is a long journey, but then you come to realize that, oh, there was a shortcut and I can take this turn. The shortcuts will appear eventually, but initially you have to go for it. When will the shortcuts appear? When you are more ready for it. Then you would think that something happened today, I don't have to be bothered for 7 days, I can drop it tomorrow. That is a shortcut, isn't it? But that comes when you're ready for it. For that readiness, we need to start somewhere. Start with small tips, start with a resolution, start with an awareness. And the moment there is awareness, things will change. I also had a plan to go for a small experiment. Now the experiment is very simple. We are going to choose to observe a scene which was not comfortable, you didn't like it, something happened, and in that something happening, there are many characters, right? There might be some people around you, it might be your friends or relatives or whoever. Try to observe the same scene again. In that movie, I mean it's a movie, right? You see movies, I'm not sure if people still have that craving for movies. But if you see a movie, there are different characters. And in that character, even you are one of those characters. And you had felt bad at that moment of time. Bad in the sense it could be different kind of emotion. It could be fear, anger, complaint, hate, anything. Observe the whole scene with neutrality. Observe even your emotion. Even observe others' emotion, what they went through. Can we try? The key thing is, when you are re-looking into that movie, today, now you're neutral. So you observe with neutrality that there was fear that moment of time, there was anger at that moment of time, that there was complaint at that moment of time, there was a dislike at that moment of time. But that, you see it as that, not this, not here. Can you try? So you can keep your eyes softly closed. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a long breath in. I'm going to just repeat the Arham mantra which we practice in meditation to create an environment for meditation and the journey of release. You can join me. Express your reverence to Bhagwan. It's a journey of release. Try to observe the scene of any past episode which you didn't like. Those moments which made you feel heavy, you are in the scene as well. You see the energy of yourself with neutrality. You observe the energy of others around you with neutrality. See the intense situation again. Take a long breath in, exhale the energy, exhale the moment, Exhale the feelings if they are still there. As you observe with neutrality, you let go the whole situation, company, energy, fear, anxiety, whatever it was. Take a long breath in and exhale. As you exhale, let go the whole episode, delete it. Try to do it 7 times. Hold your breath for a second. Observe again with neutrality. Again, long breath in, exhale. Long breath in, exhale. Let go of the complaining situation, episode, detach, disconnect. I'm going to repeat the mantra Arham. You're going to just listen to it. And as I repeat it, take another initiative to forgive, forget the whole episode just by being neutral and letting it go. You don't want those moments in your life, any heaviness or grudge about it, let it go. The mantra Arham gives us the power to let it go. Release, delete. You all can join in our hum, and as the hum sound goes, feel the release of the energy into the space. You're getting free from everything of the past. That heaviness, that emotion, it's not the whole world. It's about one emotion, one episode. Be free from it. Long breath in, Arham, and release it. Strong will to be free. And then attempt. Now you can see a smile on your face, a release. Nissahi, Nissahi, which means I'm detached, I give up. smile again on your face. Open your eyes with a smile. Om. So it was a simple exercise. How was this? You have to make an effort, slowly and gradually you will be able to let it go. There are many cases of meditation where people were able to transform, let go, release their emotions by this meditational practice. There's again, there are different ways of doing it. Meditation is not like one fixed method. You could use mantra in it, you could use breath. Different techniques could be chosen. And merely if you have the ability, the final attempt, the most powerful, it could be a little difficult, but just observing it. If I'm feeling fearful now, can I close my eyes and see the fear? So the moment I observe the fear is a different object, like the watch sitting here, right? It is not me. Until I don't observe it, the problem is that I am fearful. Disconnect that I from the fear. Put it apart. Fear is there, that emotion is there. It could be fear, anxiety, ego, hurt, greed, anything. Someone told you something, you are hurt. There is an ego problem. So observe the ego. Whatever feelings you have which makes you feel heavy, observe it. There was a person, he went to Vipassana meditation. He was a young youth. He was very bold, courageous and outgoing. He was very self-confident. When he went through the meditation sessions, he had this experience of intense fear in him. He couldn't even imagine that he can have fear anytime in his life. He thought he's the most fearless person in his family and nothing could stop him basically. But the experience which he had in meditation was totally opposite. He couldn't take it. He said, how can this be true, right? How can I be fearful? He went to the person who was guiding. He said, don't worry, just observe it. Observe, observe, observe. On the 7th day, he came home with different personality. The ability to observe is a big tool. And especially when we observe others, people change, right? If you start looking at someone doing wrong, the person stops. But if you start observing your own self, your own emotions, your own actions, that jnata drashta bhav, the ability to observe neutrally anything you do. Why am I doing this? Question yourself. Is this to satisfy my family's ego, my ego, greed, anger, or do I have any kind of other emotion working behind it? What motivates me to do this? The moment you start observing any action or emotion, the life will be different, the journey is different. So the ability to observe our own emotions, any problem which we are going through around us, people will not change. They are the way they are. So what do? You don't like it, but what can you do? So observe your dislike, observe your emotion which is a problem for you, right? The problem is not the other person for us actually. The problem is we have this feeling of the other person in us. There is the reason why we have a dislike, right? Why we don't like it. But what can I do with it? His journey or her journey of liberation is their journey, right? You cannot make a claim for liberation of everyone. So for us, the most important thing is, can I let go my dislike? Can I let go my emotion? It's very important, it's very powerful, it's not something miraculous. We are all in the journey, but we need to have the awareness. Start observing your emotion and then they will drop off. So again in Acharan it says, the moment you observe anger, I've been telling this again and again, but it's very important. If you start seeing anger, you will know why I was angry. Why was I angry? Because my ego was hurt. When you start ego, you would realize that I'm having deceptive thoughts because I'm not realistic, I'm not true to myself. I have a fake identity and I want that to be recognized. deception, behind that is greed, behind greed what is going on. So the chain of emotion will lead you to know, why am I being born again and again and again. The moment you reach to your birth and death, then there is a true realization of the cycle going on. And once you've reached there, the cycle starts ending. Because the more problem is, we don't go back to our birth and death again. It is so fearful, right? Death is, we are not ready for death. But the truth is, death is going to happen. So the moment we see death with neutrality, we see birth with neutrality. The moment we see birth with neutrality, we see death with neutrality. And then nothing matters. With time, we have to learn few lessons. And the most important lesson is to observe things with neutrality. And that comes with detachment, that comes with awareness. Actually, she clearly mentions awareness. And the final thing which she mentions here, it's the most crucial thing of this whole episode is अंतरंग रुचि भिन्न है, बाहर की रुचि भिन्न, परिवर्तन होता नहीं, रहता मानव खिन्न. This is why don't people change? We all know the lesson, right? What we have to do? We all know the lesson. But where is the problem? Our inner aspiration is different, our outer aspiration is different. There is a word which we call rati arati, right? We are all familiar with that. Now this could be used in both the ways. So rati in the material world and arati, detachment from the spiritual world. We don't like to meditate. Oh, meditation is not for us, Samriti. Long session of meditation, this will not work, Samriti, right? The moment we have that pravachan, oh, it is too long. So the moment we have that, we don't have the mind ready for those sessions yet. It is okay. I mean, it's not that we think, oh, the mind would be ready for everything for instantly. It is a journey. It might, you push your mind to say, okay, I'm going to sit and listen. My mind would travel around for a while, but it's okay. At least 15 minutes of it, I'll spend good quality time. 10 minutes, I mean, my mind would be wandering around, but it's still worth it. So though your mind is not ready, you push yourself. That push is from your soul. The moment your soul pushes you to do it, who is powerful? You, not your mind. When your mind becomes less powerful, your journey is moving ahead. And here Acharya is saying, what do you look forward for in your life? What do you want to get? Is that accordingly you're working with it? If I want to get fame and name, you would arrange for big shows, bring actors and politicians and all those people. Why? You will get a big newspaper title thing, right? What was the intention? If my intention is a peaceful state of mind, will that help me? So there is a conflict. The conflict of what you want, what you're looking forward for, and what you do or perform externally. The most important thing is that can I be ready for the spiritual journey? Can I have a small interest? It need not be a big interest that, okay, I'm going to spend whole time with Samniji and I'm going to do this. We had actually a kids sleepover. The girls, they came and they stayed with us from like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. They came on Saturday and they stayed with us until like Sunday afternoon. And they enjoyed the whole thing. Of course, we made it little funful and everything according to their taste as well. But in between, we gave them good packages and they were able to learn about Gyara Gandhar and the questions which Gyara Gandhar had. And imagine I asked them to answer the questions of Gyara Gandhar. Gyara Gandhar stuck up, if you know the history, if you don't know the history, the first set of disciples of Bhagwan Mahavir were Hindu Brahmins. They were not Jains. And these Hindu Brahmins were great Vedic scholars. So Indrabhuti Gautam, his background was, he was a Vedic scholar. He had 500 disciples of himself. He came to meet Mahavir Swami. Why? He wanted to have a debate with him so that he could challenge him. And in those days, if two great monks would debate and have an argument, and whoever won, the public will go behind the one who won. They wouldn't see that this person has more logical brain He might not be spiritual enough. You know, many times logic which works in debate, it's not spirituality. People won't say that, but they would go behind that. When Indrakuti Gautam came, Bhagwan Mahavir welcomed him and Bhagwan Mahavir asked Gautam, why do you doubt soul? Imagine, in Hinduism there is a concept of soul, right? Here the problem with Indrakuti Gautam, though he was an expert of Vedas, he was stuck with this simple question, does the soul exist? We might have many questions, but we think, oh, how can I ask this question, right? Even he had a big question. And Mahavir answered him. And then his doubt got cleared and he became the disciple and the first Gandhar of Bhagwan Mahavir. So here these kids, they were able to answer those questions. Of course, they did it at their level, but then they showed that interest to grow in that whole field. They were not knowing about it, but when they got an opportunity, they explored it. So we might not be an expert of spirituality. We are not great monks and nuns. Even we as Samanis, right? I mean, it's a journey. We are not completely out of everything. We still have our attachment, aversion, things going around us. So the initiative to be aware, to take small steps and take moments of living the moment of non-action. Just observe. Gyata banna hai. That is the key to it. So this is a journey. It takes a while for some, short or long. But if we are in the move, if we are moving, then you are safe. So the key thing was, as I mentioned, observe where you stand, where you need to go. Observe what is your in craving or your aspiration. What is within us which is motivating us to perform things? Is my inner goal set for spirituality, or I don't have the goal? The goal need not be liberation. Once Achashi asked us, what do you want to accomplish? Why did you become sadhvi or samni, right? We said, oh, we want liberation. He said, do you see liberation? Can you see liberation? Liberation is a distant goal that not be visible to us. But can't I observe that can I be less angry? Can I visualize that can I be less hyper? Can I visualize that I need to forgive at these moments? That small goal, that awareness towards it makes a big difference. So the awareness, the Gyata Drashta Bhav, and small moments of life, if that can come, if we can observe the moment and not carry the baggage of the past, the journey would actually be much more different. So the essence of spirituality is Gyata Drashta Bhav, according to Acharya Sri. And he's trying to say us that, like, remember the two brothers, right? Their life changed with it. So there is a possibility of a big change in our lives. The small initiatives, that awareness should go with us. And we hope we are all in the journey. We are not stagnant people who have not started the journey. We hope we have started the journey, we are moving forward, and we keep moving forward in the future.
It is the word which he uses for neutrality, Acharya Sri.
Gyata Drashta Bhav. I mean, that's
so Gyata is to observe, is that right?
Gyata means to know.
To know.
Drashta means to observe. Observe for, like, what we do is, when we know things, we know with attachment and aversion, right? I know that I like it. So I know that this is a good pen. The knowing with liking and disliking is one way of knowing. But when you disconnect that knowing from like and dislike and observe it with neutrality, drashta bhav se janana.
Yeah, so now I just wanted the English equivalent of that. When you say Gyata is what?
Knowing.
Knowing.
And drashta is observing.
So what is the word for neutrality? You use word neutrality many times.
The word actually neutrality I choose for Gyata Drashta is a combination.
Okay.
To observe with neutrality is Drashta Bhav, basically. I mean, when we say observe, observation could be with attachment aversion, observation could be without that. And that without any baggage, observing, to be Drashta, without any baggage, I mean, I use the word neutrality to make it more understandable. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Samayik Kira kare. 9वें सामायिक पद में जो कोई विचार दोष लगाओ तो मैं उसकी आलोचना करती हूँ। मन की सावधि प्रवृत्ति की हो, वचन की सावधि प्रवृत्ति की हो, शरीर की सावधि प्रवृत्ति की हो, सामायिक के नियमों का पूरा पालन न किया हो, सामायिक को अवधि से पहले पूरा किया हो, इनसे लगे मेरे पाप मिथ्या हो, निष्फल हो। नमो अरहंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वज्रायाणं नमो लोये सर्वसाहुणं। नमो अरहंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वज्रायाणं नमो लोये सर्वसाहुणं। नमो अरहंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वज्रायाणं नमो लोये सर्वसाहुणं। ईसु पञ्चनमुक्कारो सर्वपापनाशनो मङ्गलानं च सर्वेषां परमं हवै मङ्गलम्। Mangal Path. We have a camp coming up.